on the piano and shout it. Y'all ain't never seen a dope boy play the piano and rap at the same time. Hey, pop the left and right like this, nigga. I'm 22 and a vet in the game. Say I'm a super cool, still a threat at the same time. Rhyme about the times I invested in cane, flesh and pain, every aspect of the game. I'm the answer to your prayers if you're praying for change. So how dare you compare us and say we're the same? When I'm climbing the ladder, they stuck in the same mind frame. They accomplishments are nothing to gain. But visually see I'm out of your range, except this rose gold glow from my wrist and my chain. I entertain young niggas who slang like a picture, no frame. See it simple and plain. My shit bang, spit flame, put niggas to shame. Flow so insane, lyrics sick in the brain. Now you can't mention my city unless you mention my name. T-I-P-I-M-P, I'm the main. Hey, you don't want no trouble with me, just be easy. The drama ain't nothing to me. Before you're having problems, just breathe. Hey, you ain't worth dying, believe me. You don't want your mama to grieve. Well, mind your business, don't bother the G. Swear you stunned, but you're friend to me. Behind the scenes or behind your breeze. You can't be kissing ass when I came to leave. Set the standard for Atlanta, rearrange the lead. Okay, so what the fuck is fame to me? I've been partners since kindergarten, use a lame to me. I give the niggas what they came to see, a reflection of oneself where they aim to be. As you can see, it ain't no change in me, and you won't meet another nigga off the chain as me. I'm so fly, no lie, don't deny it, you feel. So inspired by my style, decide to try it yourself. But you won't meet nobody rate this high as myself. The chicks you waiting on homes, I can sign on myself. Told gas, drove, smoke that, now I'm high. Seats way back in the Maybach, I ride through the streets of the west side. I slap five and throw dubs. Show love, nigga, hate me. Why? Be easy. Hey, you don't want no trouble with me, just be easy. The drama ain't nothing to me. Before you're having problems, just breathe. Hey, you ain't worth dying, believe me. You don't want your mama to grieve. Well, mind your business, don't bother the G. What you stunned, but your friend to me. Behind the scenes or behind your breeze. What it is, pimp? T.I.P. trap music, understand that? Praying hustle, pimp. Hey, what's happening, too? Let's ride out, homie. Hey, what it is, man? PSC, Pimp Squad, Click, shout it. Town, be easy. Stay down. Keep it pimpin'. Be easy.
Salute, and welcome. Welcome back over to the Black Ocean. Now swimming in deep end with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. And yes, family, a lot of you had been asking me what my thoughts were on this. And usually, as you know, when I see certain things like this happen, I like to sit back and wait a minute before I make my assessment. And yes, I am aware of the news. Great news for our brother Travis Rudolph. It just happened to coincide on the day of my broadcast here because, like I said, I like to wait and analyze things before I make any type of commentary on most of these types of things. But see, what we're going to analyze here today, it's going to be a teaching lesson. There's several things we need to analyze. And being a Gen Xer and one of the brothers that have, a lot of life experience on different types of things and how to avoid a lot of different things, I'm going to point some things out about a few of the things we're going to analyze here tonight so that young brothers, I don't care whether you are very successful in some type of sports league, entertainment industry, corporate America, or you just the everyday brother working a 9-to-5. What you're going to learn tonight as a young man, especially a black man, you're going to learn how not to even get in these types of situations in the first place. Because see, if you'll direct your attention to the screen here, you see what I chose to use for my opening monologue here so that you can focus on it. And you see the dummy, the crash test dummy, and he's reading a book, Crash Testing for Dummies. Because see, what happened in this situation right here, first of all, let's go here with it. You know that many times that I've covered what the definition of protection is when it comes to black men protecting black women. And you know that I always tell you all, the beginning of protection begins with an open ear. Okay. That means that if you claim that you want to be protected by black men or a particular black man, then you listen to what we tell you as far as following the instructions. I've said it many times. If you hire somebody to be your security and they lay out a security plan for you and you don't listen to the security that you hired, they can't protect you without your cooperation. If they tell you, hey, listen, okay, here's the security plan. Don't go in this part of town. We're going to move at this particular time period. And then you do everything to the contrary of what they're saying. And then something happens to you. You can't make any complaints. So that's one thing. The other thing we got to get clear is this. And see, today, unfortunately, you have a lot of males that don't qualify as men that won't say what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it over here on this platform. A lot of brothers, and we've all seen this. Some of you probably have people in your family or friends that you know have tried this when it comes to some of the sisters in our community. You have a contingent of sisters that think that just because somebody say something they don't like or they get mad at somebody, could make up something completely, then they go run and get their brothers or their cousins, and then they get them in a situation that they're not prepared for. Let me tell you something, and I want every young man listening to the sound of my voice to remember these words because they will go well with you in life and they may save your life. Yes, you're supposed to protect the women in your family, your significant other, definitely your wife, your daughters, your nieces, all of that. But what you do, you get all those people together that are under your protection at some point in time. And you make it known more than once because, unfortunately, a lot of women have to be told shit over and over, and they have to know that you mean what you say. You let them know that, listen, when you come to me about an issue, your ass better not be lying about what you're talking about. And then you better not have been doing something that you know that I don't approve of or that I've told you not to do. See, a lot of dudes today, man, some of these soft niggas, they don't have the balls to say what I just said to women and mean it. Because, see, I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of people probably not going to like this broadcast tonight. As a man, if you know what your position is in life, you don't always go by what women like or don't like or what make them happy. See, I was cut from the old school cloth. You do what's in the best interest of them and the family. That's what you do. They're not going to always like it. I'll give you this analogy. You heard me make it many times before. Go back to the time where the Native Americans were on this land, and y'all know the story of Pocahontas. I've told you what my conjecture on it was. It would have changed the course of history. Now, for how long, we don't know. But instead of them listening to her, oh, the white people are cool, oh, she wanted to spare them, They should have moved her ass out the way and got the scalping. That would have saved their entire tribe. You see what I'm saying? See, sometimes you look, I'm going to say it plain. If you the type of male, and I'm going to say male because you haven't transitioned to manhood, if you the type of male that I'm about to describe, if you the type of male that you always saying yes and going along with women just so you don't make them mad or piss them off, you hadn't transitioned into manhood yet. You're not ready. Your nuts hadn't dropped yet. Because it's going to be difficult decisions that you need to make as a man that keep them and the entire family safe. And it's not contingent upon what they like or don't like or how mad they get. Fuck that. You're not doing your job as a man if you haven't grown to the point where you make those tough decisions and you make sure that you are following up on things and making sure people obey what you tell them to do, because that's your responsibility. So you can't have it both ways. You can't just do what men say when you like it. Then you don't want to like something. Then you don't listen. It don't work that way if you're going to have our protection. And then you interfere with our natural role in the job we're supposed to be doing. Okay? So I'm going to cover several things here tonight about how this situation occurred. And again, I'm overjoyed for the outcome of this. That's the right thing to do. But I'm going to point out some possible things that could have gone wrong, okay? But we're going to get surgical on this here tonight because, see, if you're a person over here and you are a Second Amendment right practitioner like myself, I'm going to give you some game on how you handle this situation to where it's open and shut. It won't even really need to be nothing that drag out this long, okay? So that's what we're going to cover this tonight from that standpoint. With that said, let me go over here as I usually do and greet my esteemed guests. Let me scroll up to see who I see. I see my brother Yuki the Snowman 314 in the house. Welcome, good brother. Jesse Paris, Denver for Mayor in here. I see Two Stay Woke. I see G24Ds. Captain PY2, salute to you, comrade. CRU Ray Alley in the building, the beat maker and the computer designer. If you need either one of those, reach out to that brother for his services. He'll get you taken care of. A Goddess Navy in the house. I see you, good sister. Patricia Slade, I see you as well. My brother Dunam is out there on them highways and byways. Salute to you, my brother. I hope everything's well with you. Stay safe out there. Stay ready. Deborah R., welcome to you, good sister. I see you. Sincerely yours. What's going on? Welcome. Sherm X69X, welcome to you. My good brother Lee Holmes in the building. Welcome. Salute to all of you. Welcome to everybody that has joined us. If you have not yet, please do hit that like button, share, and let me go ahead and mention this before we get on the way here tonight. As you know, I've had a couple of very serious subject matter broadcasts on this channel, right? As Professor Black Truth had already warned, and I'm going to double down and co-sign this because I've seen this as well over the years. This is the time going into this summer period where they're going to be hitting people's channels left and right and playing all kinds of dirty tricks on new black media channels. So one of the things that you may have to check for, don't be surprised if you go and check this channel, you don't see notifications going out, or you find that you've been unsubscribed. Now, I get it. I know I piss a lot of people off with the stuff I say because I shoot straight with no chaser to it, because you need more brothers out here that have the balls to do that. So I understand that some of you might have said, fuck it, I can't take no more. Cool, no problem. Maybe you'll come back when you cool down, and then you'll still see my message the same. So, maybe you'll find wisdom later. But for those of you that have not unsubscribed, they're going to start messing with you like that. So I'm just giving you advance warning. It's coming. They're going to be playing all kinds of goofy games with the comments, just everything. I mean, they don't do this to any of these other coon channels or any of these other channels that promote all types of effeminate bullshit as far as the emasculation of black men or trying to make black women look masculine. I mean, they don't mess with the channels that are contrary to the entire message of black empowerment over here in new black media. So just giving you a heads up before we get underway here tonight. Now that we've gotten that taken care of, we're going to go ahead and start examining a couple of things that led up to this situation. Like I said, I'm going to give you the type of critical analysis on it from a tactical standpoint, not just my opinion. I'm going to talk to you from a warfare standpoint on what you do, what you don't do. We've already briefly gone over some of the things that you can avoid as far as getting in this situation. But a lot of y'all probably already saw this stuff. But I guarantee you won't hear anybody else break this down the way I'm about to. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get started. And everybody will learn something over here tonight, whether you a black man or a black woman. Let's get to it.
the jury some surveillance video that they say that shows that Travis Rudolph was the aggressor, that he was shooting at 4 men who came apparently to shoot up his house, although one of those men testified today saying that just meant they were there for a fist fight, not murder. Prosecutors say Travis Rudolph was the aggressor the night in April 2021. 4 men showed up at his door, Rudolph shooting 39 rounds as they fled following a fight, showing jurors this surveillance video of bullets flying from Rudolph's semi-automatic rifle as he chased them down the street.
Murder begins when self-defense ends. Now, that was a simple sentence said many, many years ago, but that simple sentence perfectly encapsulates why this defendant right there, Travis Rudolph, is sitting in the chair that he's sitting in.
The 4 men arrived when Rudolph's girlfriend contacted them, claiming Rudolph had assaulted her after she found texts from other women on his phone, telling them to come shoot up the house. One of those men, the girlfriend's brother, testifying he was throwing punches at Rudolph during the fistfight, but insisting no one pulled a gun and all 4 ran and got into their car. But Rudolph's attorney insisting Rudolph was acting in self-defense.
So now I'm going to pause it right here. Let's get to breaking some things down. Okay, so now you've seen how this initially played out. You saw a little bit of the footage right there. Let's go ahead and deal with point number 1. Gentlemen, and if you have not shared this yet, this is going to be very important. So if you're a black man right now, I need you to stop what you're doing. Share this broadcast, because I'm finna show you something that could have potentially went left. We're going to break this down with common sense. We're going to break this down from the standpoint of somebody that does have active combat training, and I still stay sharp with that to this day. Self-defense is my wheelhouse. I teach many people on this, that, and security, okay? So I hope you got your pen and pads out. Point number 1, you saw in the report and you heard what she said here, that when this whole altercation, when all these clowns rolled up to his house, that, you know, he pulled out, which is an AR-15, what he used to defend himself with. Okay, he pulled that out and he did what he had to do because from what I understand, his mother was in the household. Okay, you really violated. Then you coming up to somebody's house and their mother's there, their family's there, children, what have you, and his brother was there. Now, in the event that you have to defend your home, let's go over some basics. If someone breaks the plane of your house, council doctrine, you have to light their asses up, you well within your rights to do it. Let's go a step further. If they're on your property and you come out like he did, and you have to light their asses up, you're still within your rights. Let me tell you why I'm glad the decision was the way it was, because I was kind of worried about this small point. You can defend inside your house, most definitely. You can defend on your property, most definitely, when you're under threat. Florida's a stand your ground state, okay? Where you get into tricky business at, you can't chase anybody down off your property. The minute that you do that, now you rolling into some different type of territory, okay? See, let me tell you something. What you do in that event, an AR-15 is a combat assault rifle, okay? This is why if you're going to use those types of weapons, you need training for that. You understand me? Because you don't have to chase nobody down if you're a good shot with that type of rifle. Trust me, I know. I have several of them, okay? I have several. You could do that from your porch and get the message across loud and clear. Now, what you better make sure you don't do in those situations, better make sure you don't hit no innocent bystanders, because see, if that would have happened or you shooting in somebody else's house or whatever, then they could have hit you with that. So I'm glad that did not occur. But see, that was mistake number 1. You don't run down the street chasing nobody. Nah, don't do that. That's the only part of that I was worried about. I was like, oh man, I know they probably gonna try to pull the whole, well, he did leave the property and go to the street. So I'm glad the jury down there, it was probably a bunch of, you know, Second Amendment supporters. Okay, I'm not sure the racial dynamics of the jury, but they did get the decision right and giving the brother a not guilty verdict. Okay, because see, let's move on to the rest of this. You saw the footage where it showed that, okay, the thigh, okay, the turbo thigh, because we're going to get into that a little bit later. She brought her little goons and her brother to the house, and Travis Rudolph, I think his younger brother, went outside to confront them. Young brothers, because I know the older brothers in the chat understand what I'm about to say, but young brothers, I want you to listen to me. Because see, this is why you need a father, preferably in the household, to grow up to teach you these things. And if you don't have that, I understand people's situations are different. You need to come up around uncles, older cousins, brothers, okay, grandfathers, people that can teach you what I'm about to tell you next. And I understand that a lot of young men don't have that today, okay? So I'm finna put something out here for you that's gonna help you when it comes to protecting yourself and protecting your property and your family. When there's a situation, because this was like in the early AM hours of the morning, I think around 2, 3 a.m., something like that. I think they're gonna talk about it a little bit later. But in the early hours of the morning, somebody comes to your house aggressive, knocking on your door, beating on your door. First and foremost, I tell all of you, especially if you have a home that you own, invest in surveillance and security. Now, you saw the footage on there. He got that part right. But see, let me take it a step further. And I want my young black men to hear me when I say this. If you got money to buy iPhones and sneakers and all other kind of frivolous bullshit, you damn sure got money to do what I'm telling you, because it could save you and your family's life. Don't just get surveillance at your front door, your back door. You invest enough money into your security and surveillance where you have a 360-degree view of your entire house. Do you understand me? See, let me tell you something. First of all, if you come on either of my properties, I'm going to tell you something right now, boy. I'm going to see you long before you even get to my front door. I promise you that. Or that'll be the worst mistake you ever make in your life. I don't play them kinds of games about nothing around my home. So anybody that's got any stupid ideas about that, okay, just know that's going to be one of the last mistakes you ever make. I don't play about my home. And rightly so, nobody should, especially if you got a family, okay? But you make sure that you invest in having 360-degree surveillance around your house. Let me tell you something. I even got cameras to cover my roof. So don't think you're going, if you was to get on property and I didn't see you, I can see what's going on up there too. I don't play no games when it comes to security. See, that's one of the mistakes that a lot of celebrities make, okay? They'll buy all this jewelry, they'll buy all these cars and houses, all this cut stuff, go tricking off money in a strip club. But then next thing you know, you hear about a situation of somebody running down on them or what have you. Nah, man, your security, it should be, look, let me give it to you this way, young black men, because I know the older brothers already get this. Young black men, look at the United States of America, okay? I'm going to give you some game that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life. You probably never heard this before. Every black man should move as if you're a nation unto yourself, okay? Now, what do I mean by that? I'm going to show you what I mean. When you look at the United States, the biggest part of the budget is on what? Anybody know? Anybody know? What's the biggest thing that the United States spends money on every damn year? No matter what's going on, they're going to give money to what? This number one area. I'm going to see how many people catch this before I tell you. I'll give you a couple of minutes. There you go. Right there, my brother, see where you at. Defense. So now, as a black man, moving as a nation, you are worth money, okay? You have assets. You have a family to protect. Your biggest expenditure should be on self-defense and security. I'm not just talking about procuring firearms. I'm not just talking about surveillance. I'm talking about if it goes down to it, you need to know how to handle yourself hand to hand if it comes down to it. Get proficient with a number of different self-defense systems, even blades if it comes down to it. Because see, when somebody presents themselves as a threat to your family, all bets are off. I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to say this out loud with no apologies. Had them idiots came to either one of my homes, none of them would have left. None. The coroner would have been in business that day. Because all of them, listen, everybody should know this. Don't ever run up on a combat veteran's home. Don't do that. Some of y'all out here playing these goofy games, you letting these women put batteries in your back, you're going to fuck around and end up at the wrong doorstep one day. And you're going to find somebody that's fully prepared for you, and they ain't going to be playing with you. Because, see, I'm going to tell you, I can tolerate anything somebody says about me. I can tolerate any type of accusation or what have you. Now, if you start lying, depending on what it is, I'll just sue your ass in court. But now, when you step all of that and bring your bitch ass to my homes, okay. Now I'm going into a whole other avenue of defending myself and dealing with you. At that point, I'm not trying to talk to you. You violated. You don't ever bring your dumb ass to nobody's property. And see, let me go here with it before we continue on. You don't ever let nobody put a battery in your back to send you to somebody's property, because this is why this was tactically stupid on the jokers up here that was on trial that got their asses handed to it, because one of them died and a couple of them got injured. Here's why you don't ever do that. One, you don't know what that person has. Two, you're at a tactical disadvantage because you don't know that property like they do. You don't know what the hell they got on their property to deter your ass, okay? Number three, should you confront them, you don't know what the type of self-defense they're going to come to that door with. If they come to the door at all. See, let me ask you something, right? I mean, y'all want to know how I would have handled this had they come to either one of my properties? Put a one in the chat if you want to know, and I'll tell you. Because see, when I tell you how I would have handled it, me and my cousins, you'll be like, oh, that's nasty. If you want to know, let me know. Put a one in the chat. We'll see. Put a one in the chat if any one of y'all want to know. I'm going to wait and see what y'all say here. Because I'm going to show you how you handle situations like this. Okay. I'm seeing a couple people with some ones up here in the chat. All right. Okay, so let me put you up on game. Ladies, you pay attention to this too, because y'all can learn something from this. First thing we saw, you saw the footage there on that camera. That's a good thing. Now, as I just stated, you need 360-degree surveillance on your house. That's the best thing. Invest the money in it. It's not, cameras are not even that expensive anyway. And even if they were, if you can spend money on other bullshit I named earlier, you can get this stuff. This is important. But had this been me on either one of my properties, let me tell you what I would have did. First thing I'm looking at this time of morning, who the hell is this? I ain't expecting nobody. You at my door aggressive? Here's what I would have done. I'm not going to say nothing to you. I'm going to look at the footage. Oh, okay, I got you. I'm going to go and get my deterrence. Now, if I got my brother in there, here's the instructions I would have given them. We're not coming to the front door. We're going out the back door, quietly. He's going to take the left side. I'm going to take the right side. When both of us converge on your ass, everything getting laid down. Everything. That's how you handle that. You understand me? Now you see why I said what I said at the beginning of the broadcast. See, some black people are prepared for situations like this. Some of us actually train for situations like this because, see, let me tell you something, family, and I know the older men know this. The place where you're most vulnerable is often at home because your guard is down. Now, you're supposed to have peace at your house. So I'm not saying you got to walk around on edge. But what I am saying is you will be remiss in your duties as a man if you have not had some type of self-defense drill about what to do in the event of a home invasion or somebody just pull up to try you like that. Okay? You got to prepare for them things. And that's just one scenario I would have dealt with it. Man, listen, dude. I can't go into detail about all of that on YouTube, but you see how I think when it comes to that. Don't play games with everybody. All of us ain't playing with you out here like that. Okay? So now, here's another thing that I advise you all to do. There are certain types, and I especially advise this for women that are alone. If you live by yourself and you're a single sister, you got, children, what have you, there's certain types of door stoppers that you can get that'll even hold up to the pressure of a damn battering ram that you can get easy to install. I might put that on the community tab so y'all know where to find that kind of stuff. There's some things that you can do to help buy yourself some time in those situations. That's one thing I specialize in is tactical defense, okay? So that's how I would have handled it. But see now, the other thing we got to deal with, his brother went outside to confront them. No, not that way. Especially when it's numbers, because you don't know what they got on them that time of morning or what have you. And see, let me go ahead and deal with this too, because I've heard a couple of people say things like this, and I want to clear this up right now. And I think y'all are going to agree with me on that, okay? Here's the deal. When it comes to home defense, a lot of people are like, all you need is a pistol. All you need is a pistol. No. A pistol is a sidearm. You understand me? That's a secondary weapon. For home defense, you got two options. Okay, I'm gonna break this down for you. Everybody in here that's a former veteran or whatever, you're gonna understand where I'm going with this. Y'all know. First and foremost, if you want, close range crowd control, of course, a shotgun. Okay, you don't really need to aim with that. But in the situation where he was in, that AR-15, that's your weapon of choice right there. Especially if you got like the multiple round burst setting, the single shot, the semi, and the full auto. That's what you need when you're dealing with threats like that, because it's going to give you accuracy. Okay, you got the range on it. And see, this is how I know the brother didn't have any training with it, because if he did, he wouldn't have had to leave his porch and go in the street. Oh, no. Oh, no. That is a very accurate weapon. The only drawback about an AR-15 is if you don't keep it properly clean, it's easy to jam, okay? It is not as hardy a weapon as an AK-47. Listen, let me tell you something. You can take an AK-47 and throw that son of a bitch in the mud, rain and everything, boy, it'll still do what it needs to do. That's why the AK is one of the main weapons of choice to this day, the Kalashnikov, okay? The AR-15, not so much. You get that thing muddy or rained on or whatever, yeah, you're going to have some issues with that. But if you keep that weapon very clean, okay, you practice with it, it's an ideal defense weapon for that situation. That's exactly what you need. You need a bunch of rounds at a rapid fire rate to go ahead and quickly neutralize that damn threat. You understand? So I just wanted to point that part out, because see, when his brother ran out there, we got to analyze the other things that could have gone wrong with this. Let's just say he ran out there, this bitch sitting up there running her mouth, as you saw in the footage, she started swinging on him or whatever. What if she would have stabbed him, and then the rest of them would have came out there and started trying to do what they do? He could have lost his life. See, let me tell you something, brothers. And I think most of the young men already know where I'm going with this, because they see this today. I know a lot of them tend to think that those of us who are Gen Xers and damn sure boomers, y'all don't know what's going on. Nah, I do. I see where y'all at today. I see how society has changed. Do not underestimate these women out here, because they are just as violent, if not more so, than men. They running around out here setting people up and all kinds of shit. So see, when his brother went out that door, he probably was thinking that, oh man, what's she really gonna do to me? No, don't you ever do that. You take all threats seriously when there's something on your property. All bets are off. Everything. I don't give a damn what it is, okay? Don't ever think, because see, when he turned his back on her too, that's another thing you never do. When somebody is hostile and they've come to confront you in like a aggressive manner like that, don't you ever turn your back on her, especially just because it's a woman, man. Do you know how that could cost you your life? I've seen people lose their lives doing that. Do not underestimate any threat to your life, especially on your property. You understand me? Don't ever do that. So I'm covering the mistakes that was made, because I want people to learn from this, man. Because see, you never know. I pray it doesn't, but it could happen to one of you one day. And see, we're going to get into further analyzing how none of this should have occurred in the first place. It goes back to having discipline and discernment about certain things as a young man, especially if you are of value or worth. Now, whether you're of monetary worth or not, as far as being wealthy, your life should be worth something to you and the lives of your family, okay? So this goes for anybody, even if you're not somebody that has millions of dollars in the bank or whatever, okay? I'm talking in a common viewpoint with this, so that everybody can understand what I'm about to say here, okay? So we're going to get further to analyzing this. We're going to get back to it. And I want you to hear what this little pickerhead bastard on the screen got to say. Let's get back to it.
Isn't that a fact that you guys immediately attacked him, never giving him a chance to do anything?
No.
Rudolph's attorneys say he never began shooting until two of the men in the car pointed guns at him through the windows, and he was in fear for his life.
They were vigilantes. They were 4 men who went there to retaliate and kill, just as they were ordered to do.
But Kashawn Jones saying he was in the front seat and did not see Sebastian Jean-Jacques lean out of the back seat and point a gun at Rudolph.
I'm telling you that I didn't see any guns pointed.
And 2 of the men did apparently have weapons. Testimony in this case will...
Okay, so now you heard that little picklehead piece of shit up there on the stand. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I really wish that the brother had the type of training that I teach people and that I have myself. So none of them would have made it. Because see, when you run up on somebody's property with that kind of bullshit, you don't deserve to walk off the same way you came on. You really don't. That's how I feel about that. That's how serious I take self-defense of my property and my loved ones, okay? But see, let me give you some other game too when it comes to self-defense. when you get you a firearm, whatever kind you get, okay, start going to the range. If you don't have that type of training in your family where somebody can teach you, go to the range, okay? And I'm going to give you some basic drills that you can do to be proficient because, see, I don't care whether it's a pistol or an assault rifle or whatever you choose to use. This is how I was taught from an early age. When I say early, my father started teaching me as young as 7. I started out learning how to shoot with a damn BB gun for accuracy and work my way on up to now where anything I put my hands on, I can use it very efficiently. Oh, I promise you, boy. The only thing you don't do is die tired if you come around where I'm at with some bullshit. Let me give you a couple of drills that I like to suggest to beginners. Because, see, even if you're new to the weapon, you need to start doing this. You need to start doing what I call desperation drills, where, like, if you have something, don't shoot with, don't practice with the full capacity of the magazine. What you need to start doing is saying, okay, to improve your accuracy and make sure that you improve your shot range and everything, you need to start thinking, okay, if this round, this weapon that I have, if it holds 15 rounds or whatever, don't go in with no full clip. What you need to do is say, okay, if I only got 5 shots, can I make all of them count in the right places? You see what I'm saying? See, when you start doing that, you learn how to make each shot count. And you'll notice if you do that over time, once you start practicing with like a full magazine or whatever you're using, watch how your accuracy go up. Don't take my word for it. Put it to the test. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think, okay? That way, if you ever in a situation, hey, you can make them all count. You know, when you send one down, it's going to neutralize whatever you send to that, okay? So you need to practice that type of accuracy with your weapon, okay? Definitely you need to learn how to field strip it, okay? A lot of people aren't taught that. You need to learn how, and everything about that weapon you should be intimate with as if it's a part of you. You understand? That's very important. I know it sounds cliche for me to say that, but that could save your life one day, okay? So now what we're going to move on into, we're going to analyze some of this goofiness that we seen surrounding this. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. When I first got wind of this, I was like, oh my God, how did he end up dealing with something like this? Family, let me explain something to my young brothers out here, right? Because I know the brothers in my age range, we know this. Young black men, even if you're not a wealthy guy, okay? But definitely by the time you do get to that type of success, you start with this when you just average 9-to-5 guy. It's certain type of women you ain't got no business dealing with. None whatsoever. Listen to me when I tell you, I don't care what type of situation you in, you got to have that type of discipline where even if you going through some type of dry spell or whatever, certain shit you just don't do. You understand me? You better start paying attention to the character of these heifers out here, man, because they're dangerous. I'm not going to, look, you can't have the mindset today where you think, oh, just because it's a woman, man, she ain't going to do this and she ain't going to do that, man. You better start looking at some of these crimes they're committing out here. I remember there was a story, and I forget what state this was in. Some of y'all probably could tell me in the chat. There was this pregnant chick, and while she was pregnant now, she tried to carjack somebody. She got her shit blown away. Now, that's unfortunate because her stupidity cost her life, and it cost her child's life, okay? But see, I'm going to keep it real with you. This might offend some people. If I'm in that situation, and I get the mine first, yeah, I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to let you have it. Because, see, for me, I don't do warning shots. I'm not trying to grade you. I'm trying to put your ass out of here. You threaten my life, you got to go. That's how I deal with that, okay? So, see, that situation right there, you got a lot of these women out here running around out here trying to do things that men are doing. So you can't think in terms of, oh, man, she ain't going to do this, she wouldn't do that. I mean, I saw a video, I think it was yesterday, where this chick tried to okey doke on the dude. And see, this is why you definitely have to have surveillance where you live. First of all, common sense will save you from this, but the chick was coming to the door and she was talking about she needed to use his phone. He didn't even know who she was. And like, I guess you going to try to have him open the door. And she had some little clown sitting up in like the stairwell where he was. And I guess as soon as he opened the door, they were going to try to rush him. Now, he didn't open it and the video ended, you know, after all of that went down. But see, I'm going to go ahead and give you my policy on that. Think back a couple of years back when them clowns tried to set Gucci Man up like that and he had to do what he had to do. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I would have did. I would have got that bitch too. I'd be like, oh yeah, you got to go too because you set it up. I'm terminating everything. You know, you don't get to make no attempt on my life, and then I just let you go. Everything involved got to go. Especially you come to my house, it's over with. I'm trying to tell you right now, boy, the coroner gonna get some business that day. I'm gonna tell you like an old saying we got down here. This house is protected by the good Lord and the gun. And you fuck around the wrong way, you gonna meet both of them. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's an old saying in my family. So yeah, just putting that out there. But see, family, let me show you something, man. We gonna analyze how this fuckery started here, and we gonna see, like you see on the screen here, it's talking about his ex-girlfriend, and his heifer was married, by the way, okay? So I guess the brother didn't do his due diligence, or maybe he did know. But either way, man, young brothers, don't put yourself in these goofy situations, because you got to think about your future, okay? And the future of the people around you, all right? See, the reason why I was telling you to move as a nation, or better yet, the ruler of a nation, all right? Because you're a living nation unto yourself, whether you know it, black man and black woman. A ruler of a nation has to think about not just what's good for them and what they want. You have to think about all the people that are under your protection in that nation, okay? So I want y'all to try to have that mindset in life so you will never be in these types of situations. Because, see, this type of helper right here, man, when you see her and hear how she talking, the first thing I'm thinking is like, okay, brother Travis, when you started dealing with her and you knew what she was about, being that you are the status of black man that you are, what were you thinking? You could do far better than that. And it's not about being snobby. It's about avoiding situations like this. Because, see, this time it went the right way. What if it goes the wrong way? Because, see, I'm going to tell you something right now. That bitch need to be on trial, too. They need to throw the book at her. I'm telling you, man, because, look, we're going to get into that in a minute. We're going to play something right quick, and then we're going to come back and analyze it and break a couple of things down.
And you were jealous that he was down in Miami so long, right?
I'm not going to use the term jealous. No, I was not jealous. I wanted him to do well. I wanted him to go to the CFL. I knew that was his dream. So I wouldn't call that jealous at all.
Okay, so you knew then, now again, that after he went to Canada, his dream was to come back and his hope was to get a contract with the NFL, right?
I mean, usually that's what people decide. I'm not sure exactly what his decision was, but if you go off to the CFL, yes, that is something that you do try to pursue after.
Okay. You also told the jury yesterday that I felt uncertainty because I didn't see him for a month. You remember that?
Correct.
Okay. So you basically did not see him at all for a month, right?
In person, because I was healing, but I did see him through FaceTime, on the phone, through text, every other type of communication.
Why would you feel uncertainty if the relationship had changed course? Why did you care that he was down in Miami?
It's not that I cared. It's just that I just had surgery, so I kind of wanted comforting from him and him to be there a little bit more and things like that. So that's more of what it was.
Well, you had some concerns because the minute he stepped out of the house when DJ came home, you took it upon yourself to snoop through his phone, right?
I didn't snoop because he gave me the password, so I just want to clarify that.
Oh, hold on. He did not give you the password.
Now, I want you to pay attention to her demeanor while she's up here on this stand, under oath, mind you. Listen to how she sounds. Pay attention to her attitude. I'm surprised they let this bitch get away with all this shit. Because, see, we got to go here with it. Imagine a black man up there on the stand being that damn argumentative and flippant like she's being. Because, see, we going to analyze all this behavior. You know we wouldn't even get close to getting away with that. Even if it wasn't for something as serious as a damn murder charge. We have to always watch how we speak when we go into a court of law if we want things to go into our favor. And even then, it don't go in our favor sometimes. I just found that very odd that they allowed a lot of her antics during this trial here. But hey, I'm going to let y'all continue to see what I'm talking about. Let's get back to it.
That day, right?
He gave it to me to let me know I can look through it whenever I wanted to.
Right, that he gave you that password months earlier on in the relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
So this is not a situation where you guys are alone in his house. He says, hey, by the way, here's my password. Feel free to go into my phone. I'm going to go step outside. That didn't happen, right?
No.
Okay. So he walks out for a minute, and you could not resist to take his phone, his personal property, go in, put his password, and start snooping around, right?
Yes, because we were in a relationship, and he gave me that password.
Okay. So have you snooped around in his phone on prior occasions with his password?
No, because I just had surgery, so I haven't seen him in a while.
Right. So you were snooping around because you were...
I wouldn't use the word snoop.
Let me pause it right here. Young black men over here gathered to this broadcast, especially if you listen to this on the playback. I want you to take a minute and look down at this screen and look at this big swole, weave wearing, beanie baby head, bad built bitch right here on this screen. Travis Rudolph had no business dealing with this. None. Definitely if he knew that the heifer was already married. I mean, man, she's up here in a whole marriage to some placeholder clown, because we're going to discuss that in a minute too, to some placeholder clown, and talking about she wanted him to be there, be more supportive. Why you didn't get the support from your husband? I already know the answer, because see, she saw him as a lick, and see, this is no knock against the good brother Travis Rudolph, because I'm glad that the outcome was what it was. That's how it should have went down. Now guilty on all 4 of the charges. But I was listening to how he spoke and how he speaks. He seems to be a very humble, soft demeanor type brother, probably a very nice brother. See, brothers, young men, you have to get some sternness about yourself and develop your masculinity. You have to develop telling people no, that she shouldn't have had no access to him whatsoever. Y'all better stop this, man, because see, you see how this could have ruined this man's whole life. We got the right outcome this time, but see, you have to learn that you don't take risk and gamble with your future by dealing with certain types of individuals. And that goes for you sisters too. There's certain types of dudes that you ain't got no business dealing with, so that you don't end up in situations like this. But see, just looking at that, I want young black men to get to the point where your self-esteem is so high where you black, not on my worst motherfucking day will I do this. No. Inside yourself, you should have a limit that say, hey, we not going here. No. We gonna do better than this. Just her character and the way she looking, man, no. You ain't even supposed to be seen with nothing like that, man. And see, then you can tell by how she speak, and then you saw the footage where she had the little goon squad run up there. She one of them chicks where she probably always hanging out in little areas where there's a bunch of dudes and stuff like that, man. Brothers, don't date no dude like no chick like that. Don't date no woman that's always up on a bunch of niggas in places where there is a lot of shady shit going on. You don't want nothing to do with that if you're the type of brother that's upwardly mobile and you trying to build something, because she always involved in something. This type of chick right here, see, let me tell you why she was so bold doing what she did in this trial. She's done this to people before. You understand me? Now you probably saying, GBS, how you know? How you know she done did stuff like this before? I'm gonna tell you why. 1, analyze her arrogance up here on this stand. Number 2, look how easily she was just able to tell them to go do what she said here. We're gonna get to that. And see, let me get back to the placeholder factor. My young brothers, you better learn. This is something that's essential for all men. You better learn, especially in your early years, when you the placeholder clown, like her husband was, that she was cheating on Buddy with. When you the placeholder dude, bro, you better start paying attention for them sort of signs of contempt that's coming from whatever woman you dealing with. It's going to start small. It's going to start with a little disrespectful comments, stuff like that. Okay? Then it'll move on to just talking about you behind your back, trying to embarrass you in public. Now, if you let it get that far, something wrong with you. Because see, the way my father raised me, oh no, you're not going to get started with a fraction of that bullshit before I check you and dismiss your ass. But see, the placeholder dude, I guarantee you, if you see a husband, he's a simp. Because see, a chick like this, I already know what she do, man. I can probably tell she probably be all out in clubs, drinking, all kinds of goofy shit. From what I understand, I think the bitch even got an OnlyFans or had one or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But I think I remember seeing something like that. So I'm like, first of all, regarding her husband, how in the hell you married to a chick that's got an OnlyFans? See, if you one of them types of dude, man, that means you don't have no respect about yourself, and a woman can just run all over you. That should be an automatic deal breaker there. I'm like, oh, for real? Okay, cool. You gonna choose between OnlyFans or me? At the business, I'm gonna make a decision for you. You see what I'm saying? So I just had to take time to point that part out, man. Y'all stop doing that, man. Value yourself as a man more than to be dealing with trash like this. You leave trash in the motherfucking garbage can where it belongs, because that shit could endanger your life, the lives of your family members. Let's let it continue.
Overruled.
You were snooping? Okay. So have you snooped around in his phone on prior occasions with his password?
No, because I just had surgery, so I haven't seen him in I haven't seen him in a while.
Right. So you were snooping around because you were...
I wouldn't use the word snoop.
Overruled.
You were snooping around because you were concerned about him seeing other women down in Miami. Isn't that the bottom line?
The bottom line is he was my boyfriend at the time. I haven't seen him in a month, and I was curious. That's the bottom line.
Okay. You didn't want to lose him, right?
Of course not.
And when Travis said that he found Kyla's body more attractive than yours, you became infuriated, right?
No.
You didn't?
No.
You weren't upset that he found Kyla more attractive than you?
No.
When you saw the text from Kyla, you told the jury yesterday it was time for me to go. You remember that?
Correct.
Okay. And when you saw the text from Kyla, Travis was still outside, right? He was out with his brother. You were looking through his phone when he was outside.
Correct.
So you waited for Travis to come back into the house to confront him, did you not?
I more so didn't confront him. I just went into the room to grab my things.
So you didn't walk right out the door, did you?
I went to go grab my things, and he seen his phone on the couch, so he kind of put two and two together.
Well, you waited for him to come.
Now, young black men, if you're over here tonight, let me tell you why you need to go back and study this. Because, see, there are certain things that happen in our lifetime that we must get the lesson from, which is why I'm presenting this over here to you tonight. I want you to go back and study everything, because I'm just showing you snippets of it, okay? I want you to go back and study all of that footage of her up there on that stand. This is what you call a pathological liar. Pathological liar can look you dead in your face and tell you a lie. And I'm going to see if anybody knows why a pathological liar is able to do that, because these are the most dangerous types. Does anybody in my chat room understand why a pathological liar is able to look you dead in your eyes and even fool some lie detector tests? I'm going to see if anybody knows it. See if anybody knows it. And this is very important. This is something you must discern about people's character, because men or women, when you start identifying people that are pathological liars, you are in danger. Does anybody know why a pathological liar has the ability to look you dead in your face and even fool some lie detectors? It's their superpower. I'm going to see if anybody gets it. Hey, I see sociopath in there. That ain't it. Come on, man. You good. That's a good one, but that's not it. It's very simple. I'm going to point it out if I don't see nobody say anything. Okay, I seen somebody get close here. The brother Amir L, he says because they feel like they're telling the truth. You got close, my brother, but they don't feel like they're telling the truth. They actually believe their own lies. You understand me? They believe what they're saying. This is why it's pathological. At that point, somebody is too far gone to reach. You cannot deal with that type of person, okay? And if you see that you got them types of people in your circle, you better cut ties with their ass. I don't care how long you've known them. Your life will be in danger if you do not, okay? I want you to pay attention to how she's looking, okay? You better study this, because see, particularly a lot of young black men, if they come from good homes, they're raised to be well-mannered. And if you listen to the brother Travis Rudolph speak, he sounds like, you know, the way he talks and everything, he sounds like he was raised pretty good. I don't know too much about his background. I'm just going by his demeanor. So a lot of times you are taught to treat everybody with respect, especially if you've got people that are into a certain type of religion in your family. You're raised a certain type of way. Let me tell you something, man. The world is a cold-blooded place. You better learn how to read people and study things like this so that you know what to do to avoid them altogether. But should you find yourself in a situation where you need to defend yourself in your home, all bets are off. Like I said, I'm glad Travis Rudolph did what he did, because if he hadn't, they probably would have killed him and his entire family. My only regret is that he didn't lay all their asses down, though. But hey, let's let it continue.
Come back in so that you can confront him. Isn't that what's happening?
I didn't confront him. He kind of confronted me about the situation because he's seen his phone was open.
You wanted to hurt him, and that's why you stayed in the house, so that you could confront him and then destroy his property. Did you not?
No, I wanted to grab my things and I wanted to leave.
Okay. Well, you immediately went off on him, didn't you?
No.
Yesterday you told the jury I was hurt. I was not angry. You remember that?
Yes.
You were actually very angry, were you not?
I was more so hurt than angry.
But you were also angry, weren't you?
I was more so hurt than angry.
Person to become physical.
So now let me go ahead and point something else out that should be self-explanatory, should be common sense, but we have to think about these young brothers out here. Young brothers, let me tell you something right now that I was taught from an early age. And when I say early, I'm talking about even before I hit my teens. You don't deal with no woman that because she has a disagreement with you and you hadn't done her no physical harm, that one, try to put her hands on you or jump up in your face as if she's a man. The minute that a woman does something like that, cut her ass off completely. Don't go back and forth. Don't think she gonna change. No, I'm telling you right now, you get that bitch out of your life. You understand me? Because that's a woman that does not know her place as one. And that is also a woman that has not matured to adulthood, that doesn't understand that you don't put your hands on somebody because you feel a certain way or because they said something you don't agree with. You don't do that. Men or women, you keep your damn hands to yourself. That's one rule y'all better get in your head. I don't care how fine she is. No, don't tolerate that, because see, that could get you in all types of situations. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Now, it's one thing if she's trying to defend herself and somebody's trying to hurt her. Okay. Hey, she got to do what she got to do. Before that type of demeanor like this big husky motherfucker. And see me, just look at this. Look at this picture on the screen. I can read these kinds of people, man. See, this is why I want my brothers to travel, man. You need to go to different states. You need to go have different experiences outside the country so you can just learn how to watch people. See, let me tell you, let me give you some game on this, right? Because we got to make sure that y'all know how to avoid this kind of stuff. If you're a young brother and you're in a city that has an airport, let me tell you what a good way to learn how people is, okay? Go to the airports out there in the waiting lobby sometime and just people watch. Bring you a chessboard and a partner to play or whatever. Just sit down and watch. Start studying people's movements. You can do this anywhere, but an airport is a good place, okay? Study how people go about their lives. Just see what you can pick up on about watching crowds of people and their behavior. You see what I'm saying? See, this goes into your character discernment and training so you can see certain things from afar. So that way, when you start dealing with different types of people, you can say, oh, nah. Now, I already see what you got going on. See, that's something I don't think that a lot of us as older men try to teach these young brothers, man. We got to start making sure they understand that certain types of characters that, you don't even let that get nowhere close to you as far as you can help it. And see, when you look at her, she looked like the type of heifer that be into all kinds of stuff. Look at this bad bill heifer, man. Seriously, all jokes aside, look at this. Does this not look like the type of chick that spend the greater majority of her time all in clubs, ain't out there in them damn streets, just into all kind of shit? I guarantee you, man. Because I know this ain't the first time that she pulled this. But I'm going to play this right here, and I want y'all to listen to what else was said with this. Because, see, we got to break all this stuff down the right way.
Violent with Travis and not the other way around?
No.
Not at all?
Something or show me something if I can't recall the exact steps of the moments.
Question. Okay, so you were the first one to become physically violent with Travis, not the other way around. Answer. Correct.
Yes, I said correct.
You remember that?
Yes.
So you smashed his iPhone not out of anger, but because you were hurt?
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't send my brothers to kill him.
No, you just sent a text.
Now, this is something else, and I want to make sure I'm crystal clear on this. I already said that young brothers, you don't put up with no women that want to put their hands on you and start trying to get physical over things where it's not warranted, and especially if you haven't become no type of threat to them, no type of way. But you also don't put up with women that call themselves trying to break your shit neither. See, when it comes to choosing what type of woman you deal with, because we talk specifically to the young brothers so they can avoid this, you don't pick the ones that act like big overgrown children. Because see, that goes to show you that a woman that exhibits that type of behavior, that says a lot about the type of household she was raised in, okay, and what goes on here in her family. Because see, when they get to that age like she is grown and they start doing that, that's because in their environment and their upbringing, that shit is normalized. They think that that's what you're supposed to do. They think that's normal behavior. Don't you ever deal with no chick Because see, look, here's the proper way you handle things. And it's a shame that in 2023 we have to address this kind of stuff. But whether you're a man or a woman, you get upset with somebody, you don't have a disagreement, things will start to get heated. One of the best rules of thumb that I was always taught is when two people are angry, it's really not worth having a conversation because everybody's on the defensive. You're not going to really hear one another. So if you really care about one another, the best thing to do, just back off, discuss it at a later time, okay? That's the best thing to do. You don't start getting physical with no damn body, okay? Especially if you don't live in that household. You take your ass home or wherever the fuck you came from. Leave as you came. But see, when it comes to like two people in a heated discussion or what have you, nobody's gonna hear the other person out. You can't. That kind of dysfunction, unfortunately, in a lot of our community, people think that shit is normal. Let me tell you something. Number one turn off with me. I'm just speaking for myself. I can't speak for other men in the chat room. I don't like no mildly argumentative woman. You ain't gonna get a chance to do too much of that with me before I cut your ass off. I don't play that kind of shit. That disrespectful mildness, just being argumentative and contrary for the sake of being contrary, go play them kitty games with somewhere else. Because see, you in the way of my purpose as a man. My purpose as a man is to lead, okay? And I deal with women that cooperate. Well, first time you start exhibiting signs of that stuff, oh no, I'm gonna let you go on about your way. You're not gonna waste my time. I'm gonna let you go where somebody will allow you to do that because it's not me, okay? So see, when it comes to putting your hands on people's property and breaking it, she's probably done that several different times throughout their interaction with each other. And he probably just overlooked it or laughed it off like, yeah, man, I got no money. I'll buy another one or whatever. No. Young brothers, listen to me. It's not the fact that you can buy another one. To hell with that. The problem is the motherfucker was disrespectful enough to break something of yours that doesn't belong to her. You don't let people do that. The old saying tells you teach people how to treat you. So I'm pointing out all the little mistakes along the way that led up to this kind of stuff. So if you start seeing this type of behavior, somebody already told you what to do with it. I'm going to let this continue.
To go shoot up his shit, right?
I didn't say shoot him.
You sent a text to go shoot up his shit, right?
Correct.
Let's tell the jury what the shit is.
When you're angry, you say things. I'm sure everyone in this courtroom has said something when I'm trying to speak. If you want me to answer your question, you have to let me.
Do you hear this damn psychopath up here on this damn stand? First, this bitch said, I didn't send him to kill him, but you text go shoot up his shit. So now, those of us in common sense land know, if you tell somebody to go do that, and they're stupid enough to go do it, how do you know who's home at the time or who's where in the residence that you wouldn't be able to kill nobody? Remember what I told you about a pathological liar? See, these types of individuals are sick. You cannot help these kinds of people. You understand me? Brothers, I'm going to say it to you, especially you young brothers, loud and clear. You better listen to me. I don't give a damn how attractive you think a woman is. When you start to see signs of this behavior like this bitch on this stand right here, you better part ways. Because you could be in a situation that goes on the other end, and you might not come out of it alive, or somebody in your family may pay the price for that. That kind of behavior isn't just an annoyance. That is dangerous. You understand me? Because, see, a heifer like this will sit right up here on the stand. Man, look how she just argued with them. They would have been held a black man in contempt of court if we tried to pull this type of bullshit in a courtroom. We couldn't get away with this. They got, man, listen, some charges got to be leveled on her ass. She need to be locked the fuck up because, see, your ass was a conspiracy to commit murder. That's exactly what she should be charged with. Conspiracy to commit murder. You tell somebody that to go shoot up their shit, then they go do it? In fact, the business, hell, go ahead and pull the Rico Suave out. The Rico charges, hell, you a racketeer. Hey, you was a boss at that point. We got to hit you with the good stuff. Man, I hold Travis Rudolph now. I hope they go ahead and hey, we get this bitch up here. I was on trial. Now it's her turn. You and the rest of the motherfuckers that live, come on. You got to go. That's what that need to happen next. If I were him, I wouldn't let that go. Because, see, think about this, family. Let me tell you why, in case any of you like, man, what you said at the beginning of the broadcast, that's somewhat extreme. Nah, I'm going to tell you why I said it. Where my home is, I must lay my head in peace. Now, he got off with the not guilty, but them assholes still running around. What if they tried again? See, I'm for permanently neutralizing the threat. I got to make sure you can't do that no more. This is why I go out my way not to have problems with people, because I'm not playing with you at all. You understand me? I'm not playing. I'd rather not get into nothing. But if it come down to something where it's me or you, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. I mean that. So that's why I'm impressing upon you the fact that I hope that he don't let this go and he says, listen, now it's their turn to get on trial, because I don't see how in the hell you could win that. Had that been a man sitting up there texting somebody, go shoot up their shit, and then you come up there and what occurred, man, we would have definitely had them charges dropped on our asses. Man, it's just amazing. I just don't see how she was allowed to get away with so much as she did. But hey, let's let it continue.
Answer your question.
Well, if you were responsive to my question, I wouldn't have.
All right. Answer the question, please.
Okay. Can you repeat your question?
Question was shit. What does shit mean in the context of that text?
Anything but him.
Okay. So it could have been his brother.
No.
It could have been the house.
Nothing violent.
Did you hear what this heifer just said? Nothing violent. Family, I'm a Gen Xer, and I know we're starting to get old. But last time that I checked, you pick up any type of firearm, you proceed to point it at a house, resident, or someone's person, anywhere where people dwells. I think that kind of coincides with violence. Correct me if I'm wrong now. If there's a new definition for violence and what I just stated doesn't fit it, please do correct you, brother. Because, you know, I mean, texting somebody to go shoot up their shit, that kind of falls into the violence category to me. But it goes back to what I just told you all. This type of individual right here grew up in a environment where this type of behavior is normalized. And see, them goofy simps that came with her to do that bullshit, they don't realize they're lucky to be alive. Let me go ahead and tell you what would have happened in the event that this would have been in certain places like where I'm from. Where I'm from, that wouldn't be the end of it. They're going to get you too. For the very reason I just said, that ain't nobody trying to go to sleep worrying about if you're going to try it again or not. See, these are low game goofy niggas like here that just sit up here because some chick they know go jump up and say, go do this or that to somebody without them trying to find out what's going on. See, brothers, listen, there's ways to handle conflict resolution, especially if you don't know what the fuck is going on. You got to be careful with that, especially when a little grimy motherfucker like this come to you that's always into something. Don't you jump up and put no cape on for no chick like that. Now, that's different if there's somebody in your family that you know would not lie to you about something, because one, they know that, okay, anytime a man has to protect a woman in that way, it could be some blood spilled. Somebody might not come back from that. Somebody might do some prison time behind that. So your female family members should respect and love you enough not to put you in unnecessary situations. They should only come to you if it's an extreme problem and it's something that the men need to take care of. This heifer right here see men as utilities. I get mad, I'll just call this crazy dude to come get you. We done all heard chicks talk like that. Here's the problem. You can go get that crazy dude all you want to, but let me tell you something about that crazy term that a lot of people in our community love to use. Send a crazy motherfucker against a strategic guy any day of the week, and the strategic guy is going to win 100 times out of 100. You can run around crazy all you want till you run up on somebody with a game plan for your ass that was expecting you. Them 3 clowns, man, I'm going to tell you, boy, couldn't be me. Yeah, you got to go where your friend went, because, see, you might try it again. How do I know? So now, it's only 2 options that will make me comfortable. Either I send you where your friend at, or you get on trial and they convict your ass and you get locked up and you go ahead and do you a good 20, 25 years. That's the only thing that will make me feel comfortable. I'm just saying. But hey, let's get back to it.
Toward a person.
It could have been his mother's house, right?
I was upset and my adrenaline was running and I said something that I didn't mean. That's the bottom line of that. I didn't mean for my brothers to do any of that. That's why when my brother left the house, he did not have a firearm on him. People say things when they're upset that they don't mean all the time. But since the situation has happened, it all.
No, bitch. No, we don't. I done been upset at plenty of people in arguments. And I'm pretty sure many of you in this chat room have too. But if you hadn't done anything that cost me blood or money, I'm not texting nobody to go shoot nobody's shit up. First of all, I'm not going to text nothing like that no damn way. See, that go to show you how smart this motherfucker is not. You going to put that in, and see, this other thing too. People like her, they think that because you put something in the phone, then you delete it, that it can't be retrieved. Let me tell you something, man. Technology is my wheelhouse, one of many. Anything that you put on any device, just because you delete it, trust me, there's a way to recover that. There's a way to recover. Some people get paid very good money to recover that, okay? Whatever you put out on any of these communication devices can be retrieved if that device can get into the hands of somebody whose job it is to do that. There's no such thing as deleting something. That's really a misnomer term, but hey, you know, it's out there. Trust me, there's no way to delete something. Not the only way you could come close to it with certain things. Now you can get an incinerator on certain things, but there's ways around that you can still get pieces of that information. That's a broadcast for another day. Fact of business, I'll tell you what you do. Go down the archives of this channel and find the broadcast what I did where I was covering all that different types of surveillance equipment. Put some links in the description box of that channel. You need to study that. You need to study that. Because see, a lot of these idiots right here, they think, I'll just delete it. It'll be like I never said it. Okay. You think that if you want to. Stupid, man. But hey, let's let it get back to it.
Obviously blew up 20 times more, but I didn't necessarily mean for anything to happen to Travis, his family, his house, or anything. It was like my second home. I would not want anything to happen there.
All right. And he never raised a hand and touched you, did he not?
Yeah, he was raising his hand the whole time, like grabbing me, pushing me back. Yeah, the whole time.
Okay, so he was.
Now, watch what the prosecutor asked this big rotund face heifer up here. I want y'all to listen to this, right? And keep in mind what I told you about a pathological liar.
Did he punch you?
No, he didn't punch me.
Did he slap you?
No, he didn't slap me.
Did he pick up any objects and hit you over the head with them?
No.
Now, you heard the prosecutor ask her all of that. Did he punch you? No. Did he slap you? No. Did he pick up any objects and hit you over the head with them? No. Family, young men, you dealing with the type of woman that get mad at you and call the police. First of all, bitch, you have one time to do that and you didn't do nothing to her. Listen, that could be a death sentence for a black man today. We all know that. A black person, period. You survive that situation, you don't have nothing to do with that person ever again. You understand me? You have to tell some of these young brothers this, because see, today, what I've started to realize is some of them think that behavior is cute. Don't play no kinds of games with no chick like that. There's no woman worth that. A woman willing to lie on you like she just did. And, oh my God. Y'all got to be smart about who you're dealing with, okay? She sat up here and answered no to all them things. So how was he some type of threat? He was pushing me. He was this, that, and the third. She tried to make it sound like he was assaulting her. And see, just imagine what she went and told these crash test dummies here. Just imagine that. Just imagine. And they bought a hook, line, and sinker. Man, yo, we finna go get it, man. See, go to show you that one of the sharpest knives in the drawer. We're going to play this again here. You never, ever in your life go where somebody has home field advantage. Because like I said, the scenario that I gave you, what I would have done on either of my properties, that's just mild. That's just mild. They'll tell you, listen, man, there are so many different ways that could have went if they were dealing with people that were prepared for that. And none of them would have made it off. We're going to examine this, though, because, see, we're not done by sight yet. I want to make sure that by the time this broadcast is over, it is a reference tool that young black men can look at this, examine it, and think about all the things that could have went wrong, the things that went right, and learn how to, first and foremost, avoid women that will get you in situations like this.
Where Travis at? Travis at?
According to court records, Rudolph and his then-girlfriend, Dominique Jones, got into a fight earlier that night.
Open this door, bro, because this got me. Dominique, stop.
Who are you calling a bruh?
Afterwards, she texted her brother, Keyshawn Jones. Evidence shows they both made threats towards Rudolph.
As soon as I came outside, literally, Tyler, he sucker punched me to my left eye. It was Tyler and Sebastian. It was kind of trying to corner me in. And Tyler, he had pulled out his firearm. And during
Now, like I stated in the beginning of this broadcast, if you are going to answer your door and you see that it's multiple people at your door that time of morning, don't you ever go without something on you, man. No, you're supposed to answer the door with a problem solver. I'll put it that way. You should go to the door with a problem solver. Now, we know that that's what he ended up doing. But see, here's what I want y'all to understand about situations like this. First and foremost, time is critical, okay? It was a situation where he had time to go back and get what he needed to defend himself. But what happens if they were prepared and you didn't get a chance? What if they all would have pushed their way inside the door, ready to go ahead and start busting on everything in there? You see what I'm saying? Prevent defense. Stay ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. We see it all the time. But see, this is a situation where you got to look at what mistakes were made. Because see, when your mom is in the house, man, listen, dude, I'm going to tell you again, as far as me, boy, if anybody ever would have tried that, boy, I'm going to tell you right now, boy, that would have been a bad day. Everything would have made the news that day, okay? But see, my point is this. You better make sure that when you are under threat, your first frame of mind should switch to neutralize this threat. Be prepared, be ready.
During that time, Tyler pulled out his firearm. Sebastian was like, you mess with the wrong girl, you're going to die tonight. And then that's when I went back inside and grabbed my firearm.
The fight spilling out into the street. The video shows Rudolph then running off his property with an AR-15.
I had to do what I had.
Okay, so now let me show you another mistake here because, see, I told you we're going to give you some tactical analysis, right? You saw how when he was coming out, he was off balance. He looked like he was about to fall. Let me tell you something. And see, I know it's easier said than done for those of us that have had formal combat training. When you're under duress like that, though, you can't be upset and angry. You must be calm. When you're calm, you're able to think more clearly on how to deal with the situation, assess it, and neutralize said threat. And see, I agree with the brother Amir L. If you like me, you're supposed to have equipment in every room in your house, somewhere where it's out of sight. Now, those of us that take it seriously, we got certain things in our homes where it blends in and you won't really know it's there unless we told you. Okay, but he's right. You should have deterrent equipment in every room in your house, every one of them, okay? But see, now when he came out, all balanced like that, looked like he was about to fall down. See, first things first, when you have an assault rifle like an AR-15, you should have that at shoulder mount ready position, okay? And see, he shouldn't have went no further than his porch because, again, this goes into training with your weapon so that you can make sure you hit what you aim at. I wouldn't have had to go that far out there to engage. Oh, no. Oh, no. But like I said, I'm glad that he did what he had to do because they talking about they came there just to talk or it was going to be a fist fight. Nah, man, they full of shit. It just so happened that this brother had something that they weren't prepared for. But hey, I want to let this play and continue. We're going to continue to point out certain things that he should have did in the event of this. So I'm going to say it one more time. You need to practice at the range with what I call desperation drills, where you practice with limited ammunition to improve your accuracy. You need to make sure that you understand how to field strip and clean your weapon, okay, for each particular time, okay? And you need to make sure that you practice being calm under fire, okay? Run certain types of drills where you're targeting certain specific areas, seeing if you can hit those areas over and over again. Everybody knows about center mass, but you need to be trained to hit other areas as well, okay? See, one of these days I might have to put something on Rumble about tactical shooting because there's a difference between tactical shooting and just regular running out shooting at something. No. Tactical shooting trumps all that wildfire in any day of the week. Any combat veteran will tell you that, okay? But hey, we're going to let this continue to break down certain things here.
I had to do, you know what I'm saying, to protect me and my family. My brother was on the ground getting jumped by two of those guys getting kicked. So that's the reason why I went down the street. While they're all in their car, I see two firearms pointing at me and my brother. And I couldn't believe it. And it's just a split decision where I just felt like it's either me or my brother or these guys that's, you know what I'm saying, gonna get hurt.
Rudolph firing 39 rounds, the four men speeding off.
I know people at home are gonna question, okay, he has an AR-15 and he fired 39 times. What's your explanation for that?
I can't even count how many times I shot, to be honest with you. I got fast reflexes, you know, I play football. And on top of that, I mean, I felt like I had to keep shooting until the threat is no longer a threat anymore.
Did you realize you had shot somebody when that all happened?
No, I honestly didn't know I had shot anyone. And my heart sunk. I was just trying to get them away from me and my brother, from killing us, really.
Sebastian Jean Jacques was shot and killed. Tyler.
Good. His ass should be up out of here. And see, brothers, let me point something else out to you. I know this is going to sound cold-hearted, but when it comes to defending the lives of you and your family members, when you are under threat, and it's easy for those of us that have had this training, so I understand that. But when you are under threat, you have to get to a point where you turn your emotions off. You can't be angry, upset. No, no, no. You got to be thinking about, where's the threat? How many? What's the best way to neutralize? Those are the main three things. Where's the threat? How many? What's the best way to neutralize said threat? You understand me? Those are the three first and foremost things that you need to have on your mind when you are in a situation like this. Because see, this image right here, on any of my cameras, I already told you what I would do. I already told you how that would have went down. Especially if I'm a brother there with me. Oh, man, dude. Woo. Hey, think back to that scene out of Menace Society where they crept up on Buddy at the little hot dog stand there, or whatever he was at. Yeah, And see, like the brother over here in the chat room, Yuki the Snowman says, he said he noticed something that, and them boys are smart. Speaking of the brother Travis Rudolph, when he fell, they would have taken advantage of him falling down. He's absolutely correct. But see, the reason why they didn't, they saw what he was working with. They were like, oh, shit, man, he got a chopper. That's what it was. You know, they're a bunch of little punks gonna go to somebody's house. What was you thinking he was gonna come out there with? They deserve it. And like I said, I don't have no remorse for the clown that got his ass blown away. Like I said, my only regret is he didn't get every last one of them. Because you come up to somebody's house playing like that, that's exactly what you deserve. You deserve to be maggot food. You do. Coming up there over some bullshit like that, you jumping in the middle of something. Because see, look, this is how I know this helping them put them up to that before. Because look how confident they are coming over to a place where you don't know nothing about what's there or what this brother's going to do. But see, they probably had been around him before too. And they probably read Travis as, oh man, he's soft. He ain't gonna do this. He ain't gonna do that. And see, let me go ahead and tell you something else here tonight too for the young black men listening to this. Whatever type of protection that you have for your home, this is another mistake that I see young people making. Now, I'm not saying Travis Rudolph made it, but I'm just pointing this out because it's a mistake that I see often today. Whatever you decide to get, don't run around bragging about what you got. If anything, you don't want nobody to know what you have at your home. You understand me? That should be top secret. You should view that as just if somebody trying to ask you how much money you got in the bank or what chick you smashed or whatever the case. Not the same thing for you sisters too. What you have for your personal protection, that's not for show. That's for last resort. And the only way they need to find out is if they do the wrong thing and come to your property with some bullshit. I'm telling everybody everything about what you have. You understand? So I just wanted to point that part out. But hey, we're going to let it get back to this, and I'm going to continue pointing out certain things here because, see, we got to do this in a way where if this occurs, there's information out here that shows you how to deal with this type of threat.
Robinson was also shot but survived. Keyshawn Jones and Christopher Lowe were not hurt.
Would you do anything differently?
It was a matter of life or death at that moment that I had shot. And I'll do the exact same thing if it came down to it.
We got to talk about this.
So now, this brother right here, and I know y'all probably going to be laughing at his head and everything, and this little pattern he got going on his beard. Never mind that. I'm going to play this right quick, though, because I want y'all to listen to what he's stating here. Because, see, he's going to bring up some things that a lot of people didn't really talk about. Some of y'all probably already know. But I want y'all to hear what the brother was saying. And pay close attention to the part where he starts talking about the police and what they didn't do, okay? I'm going to let this brother speak here.
Travis Rudolph case, okay? Still ain't making a lot of sense to me. This is Travis Rudolph, former NFL player. This is his lying-ass ex-girlfriend. Narcissistic lying-ass ex-girlfriend. Like, remember, these are the girlfriend's brother. Tyler Robinson is her brother. And these are her three crash test dummy friends, all right? These four men showed up to this man's house in the middle of the night. She called them and told them He put his hand on her, which was a lie. She actually put her hands on him, damaged his property, etc., etc., etc. So they were dating, but they didn't have the best relationship. He was talking to other women. She found out and got upset and started fucking his shit up, okay? I'm about to shave my head, y'all bear with me, okay? But kind of found out she was married and didn't even tell the man. But fucked his shit up. Ain't that a bitch? So of course she wasn't going out without a fight. When he would tell her, get out the house, you know, I ain't trying to be with you no more, woo woo woo. She was like, you know what? Fuck it. You know, you've seen it before. If you haven't, it's crazy. She hit him with a trophy, threw a brick through his window. Then she hit up her brothers, like I said earlier, and was like, verbatim in the text, shoot his shit up. And her brother said, oh, he's a dead man walking. This is all through text that she deleted later on. So the brother called up his homeboys and was gonna come through his house at the middle of the night. After Googling his injuries, all this woo woo woo, you know, they came over once again in the middle of the night. When they showed up to his front door, if you watch the video, one took his shirt off and one put his hoodie over his head. Hold on, let me show the picture. Once again, one has his shirt off and the other one has a hoodie over his head. And there's two more in this photo if you can't see all four of them. Now, according to their testimony, they saying they came over there just to talk. According to Travis, when his brother answered the door, they were argumentative. Then when Travis came outside, and by the way, Travis' brother and his mother was living there, the brother sucker punched Travis, and that's how the fight ensued. All right, now they were fighting, woo woo woo. Allegedly, one of the guys pulled out a gun while fighting and jumped in their brother. Once again, this is a 4-on-2 fight at Travis' property, all right? Travis' neighborhood in the middle of the night. Travis, when he saw the guns, he went back into his crib, got his blicky, and started blicking, all right? Now, Travis, he was blicking a lot. He ended up hitting the brother, and he ended up unaliving one of the friends that came along. Allegedly, the friend who actually had the gun waving, he ended up taking him out. He's out of there, okay? And guess who ended up going to jail? Travis. Because the police did not do a thorough, the sheriff's office to be exact, did not do a thorough investigation and did not find the gun or guns that were thrown in the other yards. Because when the police showed up, they were like, the four guys who jumped Travis and his brother at Travis' house in the middle of the night played victim and didn't understand, you know, we were just over there to have a conversation and he started the fight. So, all this is coming out from the text messages, from the guns being found, into the sister and the brother consistently getting caught in their lie after lie after lie after lie. Okay, let me tell y'all something. If some people that someone told you that I'm sending someone to do you harm showed up in the middle of the night at your mama's house, at your mama's house with no shirt on, with hoodies on, and want to start, like, help me understand, running in the night, then you go pull a weapon on me, you're not going to make it, G. No. And the craziest thing about it, this all took place in the state of Florida, where stand your ground law exists. But they try to say because the person was running, that's why it doesn't count. No. From all the evidence and things I've heard so far, he was doing just that, standing his ground. I legit said this in the previous video. This is the only time I've seen somebody that used an AK against people, and I feel like they did it in a justified way, you know? And the charges need to be pressed against her and all of them. Anybody, y'all came to attack and harm that man, period. Whether if they had a gun or not, y'all intentions were to harm him. And you harmed him and his brother, and you no telling me y'all probably would have harmed his mother if y'all had the opportunity. Because you're showing your character.
So now, you heard what the brother stated about the police, right? Okay. See, they didn't do their job and find that find the rest of those weapons, okay, but see, we got the right outcome in this. And see, there's one more thing I got to show y'all here tonight, okay? I want to show you something. See, I want to make sure that young brothers understand about those types of women, like that Dominique Jones piece of shit, the one that was on the stand there that we was talking about, that was talking about go over there and shoot up his shit. We got to go back to that husband of hers. Okay, now I don't know his name, but remember what I told you about being a placeholder nigga, okay? The dude that, one of them little old fat chunky chicks, little worthless piece of crap that she is, go settle for because she can't get the type of guy that she want, which was Travis Rudolph, the guy with the resources and everything. I'm going to show you something right here, and fellas, if you're not sitting down, I think you need to, because this is going to piss you off. But I'm putting it in here because it's a lesson. I told you, I'm going to cover all the bases here tonight. Don't be this guy, because you can see signs of this long before this type of stuff happens. I'm going to play something for you, then we're going to break some things down. I want y'all to pay attention to this.
Yolanda, hey, stop all this. With the $300 coming out of my account, talk to me right now. And
I've
you
been
all
helping
lie.
Dante while he locked up for me.
Dante?
Yes.
Your ex?
And my friend of 15 years.
What? Well, ho. First of all, why is you sending your ex $300 of my money every week, Yolanda?
He don't have nobody to help him right
That's
now.
a grown man. What the hell you mean?
Okay, and I'm his friend. If he needs.
Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start interjecting. Yeah, I know you're like, GBS, why the hell did you do this? I understand some of y'all probably have high blood pressure. Y'all might have just raised it. I got to do this, though. We got to help these young black men. So now first, before we even let the rest of this continue, I'm going to answer this question. Brother, the reason why she did that is because you, from the beginning of the relationship, carried yourself like a damn simp. Young brothers, let me tell you something. Because again, I'm saying young brothers. I know the older brothers in my age range don't need to be told this. Well, I take it back. Some may. Most of my audience shouldn't, though. First and foremost, if you got a woman that's telling you she's still friends with her ex that she used to date, and I've been friends with him for 15 years, first of all, pay attention to her demeanor. Okay, pay attention to her demeanor. And compare it to that Dominique Jones chick that we just reviewed here earlier tonight. Same type of damn attitude. A woman that doesn't understand that if you are her husband, we ain't talking about boyfriend now, husband, that she don't put no other man before you, or if she's going to, see, it's part of pissing people off. It's part of pissing people off. Or if she doesn't understand that as your wife and you her husband, she's supposed to run something by you when it comes to dealing with any other man, especially when it comes to money. Do you know how disrespectful a bitch got to be to pull this kind of shit on you? Your hard-earned money, she going to send to her damn ex. And if you think that this is disrespectful, oh, you ain't heard nothing yet. Oh, it gets better. Y'all ready for this? Let me tell you now, you better sit down and have a drink because it's about to get worse. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to get right here before I play it because, see, man, when I heard this, I was like, oh, my God, dude. See, this is why you got to start out the right way dealing with these types of chicks. First, you got to discern the character so you make sure you don't end up wifing up nothing like this because the signs was there. See, I got to go here with it. Just like on the last broadcast where I was getting on that so-called wannabe stepfather guy that was talking about he spent all this damn money on his girlfriend's daughter. First of all, that's your girlfriend. That's not your stepchild. But see, this dude saw all these signs and then you went and wiped up anyway. Before you get ready to throw that ring on a woman's finger, you better have it clear that all this ex bullshit, I don't give a fuck if you grew up together. That shit is over. Not if you want me to be your provider and protector. There are no exceptions to that. That's some of the most disrespectful shit ever. Spending his money. It's going to get worse, though. Let me go ahead and let y'all hear the rest of this, boy, because listen, I'm sorry to ruin your hump day, but I got to bring it to you, man. We got to put this in here for a reason.
My help, I'm going to be there for
What do
you.
you need help with $300 a week for, Yolanda?
To survive.
Survive what?
In prison.
What the? Wait, what?
Did you hear that? This raggedy bitch, and this is what I reserve the term bitch for, because this is a bitch. This is not a woman. This is a bitch. This raggedy bitch just said, when he asked her what for, first of all, a simp, I wouldn't even be talking. I'd be like, pack your shit and get the fuck out my house. You gonna disrespect me, like take my damn money that I got to support our family and go spend it on your damn ex, and this sorry nigga's in prison? Motherfucker. Boy, ooh. She sits up here and just bold. He's in prison. See, what this dude don't understand is, I'm gonna be blunt with this. For a bitch to do this when she's married, bro, before he went to prison, after y'all was married, he was still fucking your broad, bro. A chick don't do shit like that for men that she's not still intimate with. You understand me? That's who she really wanted. But see, the problem is, like we see too often today, women like this, because I'm making distinctions. I'm not going to put this on all sisters because that would be a bold-faced lie. Women like this bitch, they really want the little Pookie and Ray Ray that's locked up. But since they can't have him and he ain't got no resources, they'll settle for a flunky like this dude here. And I got to call him what he is, because he should have saw the signs of this disrespect long before it got to this point. Boy, look at here, boy. See, this kind of shit right here that make people make the news. Can you imagine? Then depending on what type of job you got, imagine if it's a job, man, where you some hard work, man. We talking pipe fitter, man, construction work or something like that, man. You got some shit where you busting your ass to make your money. And this heifer gonna sit up here and look you in your face and tell you, he ain't got nobody to help him out, he in prison, boy. See, I'm gonna say something and I'm finna get in trouble. I'm finna get in trouble, y'all. Yeah, y'all, I'm finna get in trouble. I know I am. I'm finna get in trouble with what I'm about to say. I gotta say it anyway. It's times like this that I wish that we could, as men, if we are put in these situations, we could pray to the good Lord, a special prayer for him to temporarily turn us into women for 5 good minutes, just 5 of them, so we can whoop your natural ass for that bullshit. I swear to God, boy, I wish 5 minutes, just 5 minutes of good natural ass whooping. You need all types of feet and hands and knees put on your ass if you try your husband like, just go ahead and not be with the nigga. You don't disrespect no man by spending his money on your flunky ass ex. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, man, I would get on, Lord, please change my chromosome set to XX just for 5 minutes so I can beat the holy wrath of the Most High into this bitch's ass. I ain't gonna lie. See, you can't say nothing if I'm a woman now. You can't say nothing if I'm a woman. It'll be fair then. Hey, just go ahead and give me some ovaries temporary so I can whoop that ass. That's fair. Come on now. I see y'all laughing. That's fair, man. That's fair. But hey, look, we're going to let it continue here because, see, I just want y'all to listen to this. And see, I'm playing this. I'm trying to add some humor to this because I know it's a serious situation. But all jokes aside, man, I want you young brothers to pay attention to this type of demeanor here because, see, sometimes the best way to learn is not by experiencing things yourself. Sometimes you can learn life's lesson by watching what happens to other people. Say, oh, shit, I don't want to be in that situation. So I'm going to let it play for that reason. Then we're going to get back to breaking a couple things down.
Yeah,
Dante is locked up.
Yes, just temporarily.
And you sitting there, you a felon.
Don't do
$300 a week of my money.
It's not perfect, bro.
Ain't nobody perfect, and you so ain't good. Matter of fact, you ain't nothing at all to me no more. Why is you sending $300?
Recording this right now.
Just
Why are you making a big deal out of this? What?
Did you hear what this raggedy under the goddamn New York dumpster in the summer heat pun scum just told this man? Why are you recording this right now? Ain't nobody perfect. See, at this point, and I want y'all to catch this, young man, she has zero respect for this man. She's more angry that he's recording and putting on live. Boy, he a better man than I am, cause see, I'm gonna tell you what I would have done. I'm gonna tell you what I would have did. I would have went and got some of my female family to whoop that ass. Oh yes, I sure would have. I'd be like, okay, I got you. You gonna play with me like that? I got you. I went on ahead and made me a couple phone calls. If I'd been, I left the house, little door locked. I'm like, yep. have been time to get some female family members to come over there and apply foot to your ass. I would turn that helpful boy, they would have turned her into a walking shoe advertisement. It would have been Nikes, Adidas, all kinds of shit, Converse, all inside her damn head. You see this raggedy piece of shit right here, man? See, it goes into what I was telling you about Dominique Jones, the hell for that Travis Rudolph almost got caught up with and could have ruined his life. That same type of attitude, you see it right here. You got to learn to spot this way before you get to a point where you putting a ring on their finger. Take your time, young brothers. Let me tell you right now, you ain't got no business considering marriage with no woman if y'all haven't been through at least 2 years together. So you can see, because see, it look, not even the best don't gonna fake it that damn long. You gonna, in 2 years' time, if you paying attention to what you need to be paying attention to, the truth gonna come out. They ain't gonna be able to trick you into being married to him like this. And see, she didn't trick him. He saw it, what it was. And see, they don't never show the guy, but I can guarantee you what it was with him. Dude probably had low self-esteem. She probably the prettiest chick he done ever been with. And just so he can lay up with something, he just settled for that and tolerate all kind of disrespect you ain't never supposed to tolerate. See, these simps, man, they be in situations, man. But see, I'm gonna tell y'all ladies something, those of you that play these kinds of games, you fuck around and you get one of these simps, man, and you start playing like that and he snap on your ass, you gonna be in a Mercedes Moore situation. That's the other side of that too. Because we saw what she was doing, but see, these healthers that go and get with men that they know they don't really want to be with, just out of convenience, sometimes you can play with the wrong dude, man, and something bad happen to you. See, because now, brothers like me, I'm just going to get my female family member to whoop that ass. I ain't got to touch it. I got departments to handle that for me. But see, some of them, man, hey, I'm just saying it could go left for you. Don't play with people, man. You deal with the people that you really have a genuine affection and concern for. On both sides of the equation, men and the women. But see, this right here, boy, about the only way it would have got more disrespectful if he would have caught the bitch getting knocked down in their damn house in the bed, in the house that he paid for. That's about the only way you get more disrespectful than this. You take this man hard-earned resources and he probably gonna put her in a house, and I guarantee he probably spoiled the shit out of her ass. Man, y'all better vet these chicks before you get this point. But see, I'm gonna let it continue though, because see, this right here, man, like I said, this goes into what I was saying earlier. Notice the same demeanor between this chick and that Dominique Jones chick.
You're a scandalous woman. You're scandalous. That's right. And I'm putting you on live. Everybody finna see this.
Well, all right, since you want to make a show, whatever, bro. This is dumb.
No, I'm finna make a real show.
You have the money, Chris.
What money? The money I have is for us. For us. I thought you loved me. That's why I proposed to you. That's why you got that ring on your finger. In fact, I don't even see it on your finger. What you do with that? Huh?
You tripping.
Huh? You sending the money without...
Did you hear that? She told Buddy, you tripping. He tripping, huh? So it's him that, see, boy, yeah, y'all got to pay attention to them kinds of chicks. They'll gaslight and tell you that it's your fault. Caught red-handed, but you the one tripping. Family, think about it. And salute to my first sergeant, some chick named Stars. Appreciate the cash out, sister. Family, think about this. Let's flip it to the sisters for a minute. What happens if the same scenario was reversed, okay? And you got some dude that go take something that you bought him or and some type of funds you spent specifically for him, and he go spend it on some other bitch. Come on now. Now, see, we already know how y'all will get down. Some of y'all go get a baseball bat or something else and get to going to work. So y'all got to understand, man, when you see stuff like this right here, man, we start talking about why the marriage rates are going down across all races. This part of this shit is right here. And see, what I'm saying to the women is, when you see these types of chicks, y'all got to be on their neck, man, because those of you that are single that want to be married, these the bitches that's making it hard for y'all, man. But hey, we got to play something else here since the right thing was done. We're going to close it out on a positive note. I want y'all, for those of you that haven't seen it, and those of you that don't know, I imagine everybody over here should know, but the outcome of the Travis Rudolph trial was actually justice this time. I'm going to play this, and I want y'all to check this out.
In the Circuit Court of the 15th Judicial Circuit, Criminal Division, in and for Palm Beach County, Florida, case number 21 CF 002938 A and B, Division W, State of Florida versus Travis Rudolph. Defendant. Verdict. We, the jury, find as follows. As to count 1, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 2, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 3, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 4, we find the defendant not guilty. So say we all, this 7th day of June, 2023, in West Palm Beach County.
Boy, can y'all imagine sitting in that courtroom, boy, the brother waiting to hear what the outcome of that was going to be, his whole life and his future hanging in the balance right there. Can y'all imagine that, man? That if you've never been in that situation, there's no way to describe that. You understand what I'm telling you? There's no way to describe that. But I am glad that the brother got that outcome, because see that look, did you see right there on that smiling face, man? That's the weight of the world being lifted off of his shoulders. And we rarely get to see that type of justice served for a black man, because see, I'm going to be honest with you, what I was concerned about, being that this took place in Florida, I was concerned about them using the old racial double standard when it comes to stand your ground. I was like, all right, now, if it worked for them white supremacists, it damn sure better work for a brother defending his property, because there's no way to get around that, except for the small caveat that I pointed out earlier when he left his property and went down the street. Now, they could have did him nasty on that. So this is why I'm telling y'all again, I'm going to say it one more time for those that might have come in late. Make sure you train with your firearm so that you don't have to be running chasing nobody down. You should be able to hit what you aim from a distance, okay? All right? So, family, I wanted to bring this to you all and cover it that way and point out some things that could hopefully help some of you. Hopefully none of y'all will ever be in this situation. Avoid these damn greasy ass turbo thoughts. Sisters, avoid these damn grimy, grungy ass dudes so that you don't have to be in no situation like this. And I agree with everybody. That little roly-poly, Teletubby built bitch, her ass and all the rest of them need to be put on trial. If I was Travis, I hope he gearing up to do that next, because I would not let that slide. So family, make sure you take care of yourselves out there. Stay ready at all times so you don't have to get ready. Salute to you, Black First, and I will see you all in future content.